Okay, some challenges here. Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna, Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Good evening to everybody. Very happy to see all of you here on this wonderful Sunday evening. So, I am presuming that all of you are keeping fit as a fiddle, happy, safe, and careful. Thank you for meeting together here on this evening of this auspicious, should I say, Sunday gathering. I'm saying auspicious because it was titled A Sunday Love Feast and started by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada back in the 60s. Every Sunday evening, he would call it a Sunday Love Feast. And the entire neighborhood used to bring all their friends together and come to see this Swamiji, 70-plus-year-old Swamiji, turn out some fantastic recipes, some Indian flat bread, they would call it, for the chapatis. They'd call it the Indian flat bread. And some far out sweets and things he gives out, and he speaks some holy stuff, and he leads us into a nice rustic local musical performance with clanging kartals and some clay drums. And then he waves these smoky incense, and he waves these lamps. So all these things they described in their own ways, and says it's far out, it's exotic, it's Eastern stuff. It is, especially the food. So Prabhupada used to call it the Sunday Love Feast, expressing his love to everybody, Krishna's love. So it became very popular. Since then, nobody has stopped doing it all over the world in memory of this amazing event called the Sunday Love Feast. So I'm sorry I'm not able to feed you something lovely. But we do that every other day before the lockdown ever started. And many of you would have taken part in it. But still it is a feast of something for the ears. We are not able to satisfy your tongue immediately now, but I'm sure that in the near future, we will call upon you and we will be able to satisfy you. Some of you, I think some of you are not particular from this station and you're from elsewhere, but we hope that you take advantage wherever you are and enjoy the Sunday Love Feast. Okay, with that little introduction and a little remembrance for Krishna. So I'm going to read today from chapter 9, text 27. It's interesting chapter, text 27 of chapter 9. Yat karoshi yat ashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tavasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madharpanam. I think you've been chanting quite a bit of shlokas now because we started a little late, but we shall chant at least for once or twice this together, okay? 1, 2, 3. Every line you can chant after me. Yat karoshi yat ashnasi.
Yat karoshi
Juhoshi dadasi yat. Tapasyasi kaunteya. Kurushva madarpanam. So let's chant together all the four. 1, 2, 3. Yat karoshi yat Wow, that sounded like a marketplace. But still, it is chanting of the Bhagavad Gita. It's wonderful. Right. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Translation: whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do it, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So repeat after me. Whatever you do. Repeat after me. Whatever you do.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you eat.
Whatever you eat.
Whatever you offer or give away.
Whatever you offer
or give away.
Whatever austerities you perform.
and whatever
austerities you perform.
Do that.
Do that.
Of Kunti.
O son
Son of Kunti.
As an offering to me.
as an offering
To me.
Thank you. Purport. Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together, and Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live, therefore he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to him. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me. And this is called archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra around his beats, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. That's it. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, how to Krishnaize your life, making everything Krishna oriented, is the formula that is being given here by Krishna. Quite often people ask when they hear Bhagavad Gita, so what are we supposed to do? What should we do? I agree that I should become a devotee. So how to do it? Should I, can I, must I, will I, etc. Fill in the blanks. They ask a lot of questions. See, here is the answer. Krishna is saying, whatever you do, yat karoshi, you do for me. Oh, really? Yad ashnasi, whatever you eat. Yet juhosi dadasi, yet tapasyasi kaunteya. So every activity that you do, whether it is eating, walking, sleeping, everything, you can actually Krishna-ize it. Bring into focus Krishna. And how would you do this? How would you do this? The simplest explanation for this is naturally you can do it. You don't have to separately go, oh, I'm doing something now, Krishna, like that. Initially, we may do that, but quite often you may forget to do it that way. That is an outside-in process of doing everything for Krishna. But the real inside-out process of doing everything for Krishna is if you fall in love with Krishna, automatically you'll do it. Such a thing can be done only by a person who is a lover of Krishna, who is in and out fallen in love with Krishna. Then all the time his consciousness is filled with Krishna. And anything he does, it looks like, let me give this. If you're in love, then every time you get something to eat, you'll feel, I want to share it with my loved person. If I pluck a flower, you feel how nice it will be if so-and-so is with me and I will give it to him or her to smell it. Oh, how wonderful this particular cloth looks. I wish that I could do this for him, for her. Everything will become oriented around the person whom you love. Isn't it? So what is spoken about here is something very natural for a devotee to do. That when I am in love with Krishna, that my consciousness is filled with yearning and eagerness to be associated with Krishna. Any object, any activity, I will feel like offering it, sharing it with Krishna. That's the meaning of being in love. This is the meaning of bhakti. This is the meaning of bhakti, right? So this ranges from different levels of people in different levels of bhakti. Bhakti is such that at all levels you feel, I like to do this. Even a sadhaka who's just starting would like to do that. Small children are encouraged in houses to do that. I told you, I think once, that Prabhupada's guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, a very powerful devotee, scholar, pandit, and he opened up 64 branches of the Gaudiya Matha all over India before Prabhupada. When he was very young, I think 3 years old, his father, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he had brought some wonderful mangoes home. And in the house, they had Radha Krishna deities. So he had kept those ripe mangoes there for offering to the Lord. But the small boy, 3 years old, got fascinated by this nice smelling, huge looking mangoes, and he took a bite. Small boy, only 3 years old. So the father very carefully told him, no, not yet offered to Krishna, you took it. Like that, playfully. That boy got very disturbed. He immediately put the mango down. And he looked at his father. And he knew he had done something wrong. He had eaten it before it was being offered. But father was telling him lightly, very nicely teaching him. It seems from that day onwards, whenever this small boy, his name was Bimal Prasad, because he was born and he was offered to Lord Jagannath, who was coming on the chariot right in Puri, and a garland fell from Lord Jagannath during the Rath Yatra on him. Bimal Prasad is actually the name of the Mahaprasadam that you get to eat in Jagannath Puri temple. Because all the offerings to Lord Jagannath are first offered to Vimala Devi. And that is another big story. I will try to see if we have time for that. Vimala Devi will get the first offering of the Lord. Then only it will go for distribution to everybody. Because Vimala Devi is Lord Shiva's wife, who became angry with Lord Shiva because he did not share Jagannath Prasadam with her and left him and went off for tapasya. You did not give me prasadam. So he became angry. That's a big story. And then the Lord appeared to her and said, hereafter my offering will first be given to you, then only it will be distributed. You can forever enjoy this prasadam there. In Jagannath Puri, there is a separate temple for Vimala. So the name of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur given for him was Vimal Prasad. Means Vimala's Prasad, means the Mahaprasadam. That was his name. His name was Bimal Prasad. So Bimal Prasad, when he was 3 years old, got a powerful impression on his mind. I have done wrong. I have eaten without giving to Krishna. Yadashnasi, he's telling here, but I have eaten without giving Krishna. So whenever he was given a mango, he just pushed it and said, no, I'm not eating mango. When he was 3 years old, he started doing that. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur allowed him to do that. Throughout his life, he never ate mango. Because he did not follow this, which his father had told. This is, Prabhupada said, this is the meaning of an acharya. Powerful. From 3 years old, he will do things that the whole world can see and understand. And whenever he was given mango in later years by his disciple, he said, I am an offender. I don't want to eat mango. So powerful. So these are great people. I'm not expecting you to do the same thing. And I don't think I'll also do the same thing. I'll say, okay, I made a mistake. Next time we will definitely I'll offer extra some 10 kilos of mango. It's okay, I'll make up for it and I'll continue to eat the mango. King of fruits, mango. So there are classification of small kids, 3 years old, who would do this because of their love for Krishna. And there are great devotees, amazing devotees, who were yearning to do things in a particular way for Krishna and desiring to be able to do this like this for the satisfaction of Krishna. You see, who was that? Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri's story is a very beautiful story. Some of you may have heard it. And for those who have not, Madhavendra Puri's story is a story of a wonderful devotee. Like his name was Madhavendra Puri. And he had to go through Orissa to get sandalwood paste, sandalwood for the sake of his Lord Gopal in Vrindavan. So he arrived in this place called Gopinath Temple in a place called Remuna. Today also you can see a very beautiful temple. There's a black, tall Gopinath with flute in his hand along with Radharani. So there is very famous, they have an offering called Kheer. Kheer means in South India they call payasam, sweet rice. But this is very special sweet rice. They keep boiling the milk and reducing it down to a pulp. And they put it in small mud pots, nice mud pots. It's super good. It's, boiled down with sweet. I have gone there many times and it's very famous prasadam. And that in a big plate, so many pots together are offered to the Lord. So when the offering was going inside, Madhavendra Puri, who was waiting there and looking at the Lord, saw, oh, nice offering, that is kheer. I wish I could taste a little bit of it. So I can offer it to my Gopal also and make the same thing. He thought like that. Immediately he corrected himself. Oh, what am I doing? This is offering going inside, not yet offered. Already I'm thinking of tasting it. Very, very bad. This is not the right way. I have done a great offense. He felt so bad. He got up from that place and left. My mind is going crazy. I have done a great mistake. I have tried to eat the thing which is not yet offered to the Lord. He left. Went and sat somewhere in the city, in the marketplace, feeling very bad, cursing himself. What is wrong with you? And he went and sat down somewhere and chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I have done wrong, feeling so much. In the meantime, the Lord noticed, my dear Madhavendra Puri, my dear devotee wants to taste this, and he is thinking that he has done something wrong and he has gone away. Oh, very bad. So what he did, when this pujari bought this, he closed the door, he made the offering, did the mudra, did the cleaning, and did the mantras, everything, and he closed the door. I'll come back and take the offering. Gopinath put his flute down, the deity, Archa Vigraha. He took one pot and put it behind him, stole it, put it behind him and kept, and then went back and did his flute. By the time the pujari came and he took this thing and he cleaned the place and everything. He did not see, who will suspect that one will be less, one pot will be less. He just took the plate and he went back. And then everything went on naturally. The pujari never noticed that one pot is missing. Because all mud pots. Immediately he distributes it, everybody gives some donation and all that. It's over, packed up, cleaned, he went to sleep. But Gopinath is waiting for everybody to sleep because behind he has stolen one pot. Nobody knows that. So in the night he came in the dream to his pujari and said, wake up. Hey, wake up. In the dream he came and told him, wake up. I have stolen one pot of sweet rice from the offering you gave me. Please take it and go and give it to Madhavendra Puri. He is in the marketplace. He desired to taste it. This pujari got up. What is this? My dream. What is this? I think I have to go. And he was pushed. He got up from his bed. He took his bath. He cleaned himself and then went again, opened the temple at 2 o'clock in the night. And then went inside. And he saw behind Gopinath, my gosh, there is a pot. And he looked at Gopinath, no shaking of the face at all. Gopinath is just standing like that. So his shivering hands, he took it and he went. And right into the streets he went. He shouted out, who is that Madhavendra Puri? Who is that Madhavendra Puri for whom the Lord has done this chori? And from that day onwards, the Lord got the name Kheer Chor Gopinath. The Gopinath who stole Kheer. His name became Kheer Chor Gopinath. And then this pujari went and searched for him and found him somewhere, Hare Krishna, fasting, not eating, feeling very bad. Then he found out that somebody is looking for me. For me, my gosh, they found out that I have desired this. See, I have done wrong. You're even more afraid. Your name is Madhavendra Puri? Yes, I'm very sorry. No. Don't be sorry. And he paid namaskar in the middle of that road. Busy marketplace, which is now dead in the night. He paid obeisances to him and said, Krishna came in my dream. He stole this and kept aside. He told the whole story. Madhavendra Puri started crying. My gosh, the Lord stole for me. He understood that I am asking for this. And he took that pot. And for him, that pot was so wonderful. With his lotus hands, the Lord has held this pot. And personally for me, he spoiled his name. Now everybody is going to call him Thief Gopinath, Thief Gopinath. And he started crying. How sweet is my Lord. He has noticed my desire and is reaching it out to me. And he started eating from that and tasting it. It was heavenly. It was out of the world. And he ate it. And then by the time the morning came, he disappeared from there. Why? I will become very famous. Everybody will come looking for me. Who's at the Madhavendra Puri? The Lord stole for him. It seems I want to see him. I want to take his blessings. Everybody will come for me. I don't want this name and fame. And he left quickly from there. He took the pot, broke it, empty pot, and put it inside a cloth and took it. And every day he took a piece of that pot and started eating the pot. Because the Lord has held it with his hands. This pot is not an ordinary pot. This way he ate it up. The pot also he ate. And he was in great ecstasy and happiness. That was enough for him. Lunch, one piece of pot. Dinner, another piece of pot. Breakfast, another piece of pot. And thinking of Krishna and complete happiness and bliss. So, this is another story about a person who wants to do something for Krishna and therefore wants to taste it. That's all. He's not wanting to enjoy for himself. I want to taste so that I can also do the same thing. So there's a very famous temple now in Ramuna, Kheer Chor Gopinath. Devotees from all over the world come. And here you're getting darshan on the screen about Kheer Chor Gopinath Ki. You see, this Gopinath actually stole. He's a thief. In his younger days, he stole butter from everybody's house. Now he actually stole kheer for the sake of his devotee. Isn't it amazing? It's amazing that he has taken part in this along with his devotee. So these are all examples of devotees at various levels of devotion. Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat johosi, dadasi, yat tapassisi, kaunteya, tat kurushma tarpanam. He wants to do that. I want to taste it so that I can prepare it and give it to Krishna. And Krishna enables it. You should not think that, oh, I tried, I wanted to, but I cannot. Anyway, like that. Madhavendra Puri is a sannyasi, had no wealth, nothing. He just was moving around from place to place. Wherever somebody will give him some bhiksha, the Lord will arrange for something, he will eat, otherwise he will not. He'll keep quiet. Right? So this beautiful story illustrates that how the Lord will facilitate your desire to serve him. If you think, I want to serve him like this, the Lord has said, Ashnasi, Juhosi, Dadasi, Yad, whatever you do, I like to do. And if you desire, he will make it happen for you. Especially if you desire very sincerely. You see? And in modern times, we have so many devotees who have so many wonderful such realizations that Krishna actually, by his blessings, I was able to do this for Krishna. Because I wanted to, in my mind, offer this. Each one has got a particular type of a desire. And if you feel, I want to do it for Krishna this way, I want to prepare this wonderful offering like this and give it to the Lord, he will make it happen for you. Because without Krishna's sanction, nothing happens in this world. Yesterday, I was in a discussion about deity worship, worshipping the Vigraha of the Lord. And we were discussing about this famous temple in Vrindavan. My most favorite deity, whenever I go to Vrindavan after visiting our ISKCON temple, I will take a walk in the evening and walk all the way to the center of Vrindavan through all the crowd and go to the small temple, small entrance, the most famous temple amongst all devotees, Radha Raman. Radha Ramana temple is beautiful deity, self-manifested deity. Gopal Bhatta is the name of the devotee, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He's a Tamil boy from Sri Vaishnava family in Srirangam. Gopal Bhatta. He was the son of Venkata Bhatta, who was the main pujari in Srirangam Ranganatha Swami temple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his visit to South India, came to Srirangam. And there Venkata Bhatta saw him dancing and chanting in front of Ranganath Swami and feeling emotion. And he said, this is a wonderful sannyasi. I want to have him come to my house because it is Chaturmas. Anyway, they will not travel. So he told him, would you like to, it is Chaturmas, why don't you come and spend Chaturmas in my house? I am the chief pujari. So the Lord came to his house. Venkata Bhatta had a son, the same Gopal Bhatta, a small boy wearing dhoti and kurta, small and very nice, cute looking boy. And Lord Chaitanya used to pet him, and his father will say, "Go and give this to him, to Lord Chaitanya." So he will go and give Lord Chaitanya whatever is required, little cloth, towel, some fruits, some everything. In this way, he was doing seva for Lord Chaitanya. In this way, gradually he became very attached to Lord Chaitanya. And he went and told Lord Chaitanya, "I want to come with you." So Lord Chaitanya told him, there are a lot of details to it, I'm making it short. Lord Chaitanya told him, "No, now you stay here and serve your parents. Afterwards, after their period is over, you may come and meet me. I will definitely give you all the necessary association and everything." But unfortunately, after some time, he grew up and he studied music, he studied the Vedas, became a Pandit and a singer, and lots of things he learned. And then by the time his parents passed away, before he passed away, he took their permission. "After you pass away, I'll be going to and surrendering myself to Lord Chaitanya." They were only too happy. "My son is totally attached to the sannyasi, let him go." And so in this way, after they passed away, he went all the way to Puri. By the time Lord Chaitanya himself passed away, so he could not get to see Lord Chaitanya, but he went and saw all the other Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and all that. And then he was always feeling the separation. I want to go and be with this thing. So he had Shalagram Shila. He was worshipping Shalagram. Actually, he had gone all the way to Gandaki in Nepal to get the Shalagram. And then he came back all the way, and the Shalagram, somebody told him he should not worship something. So he went back all the way to Gandaki to put the Shalagram back where he took. When he went back and put it back, the Shalagram jumped from the water of the Gandaki and went back into his vessel again. Again he put back, they come back into his vessel. "Arey, what is this?" Then he understood, they don't want to go from me, the Shalagram. So he brought the Shalagram all the way back and said, okay, I'll worship. Because Shalagram is Vishnu, Krishna only. It's very strange happening for him. He was very afraid. "Oh, I'm sorry." He brought the Shalagram back. And he was worshipping the Shalagram very nicely. Because he's a very trained Brahmana, trained in Sri Rangam. He's watched his father doing main puja for Ranganath Swami. He knows everything in the house. So he was doing it very nicely, puja. One day he was thinking in his mind, but I'm not having the full form of the Lord. I can give him dress. I can give him a kiridam. I can give him garland. I can give him like that. He was thinking in his mind. Others are all worshipping like this. But he was a very wonderful devotee. And he was feeling the Lord, I'm separated from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was thinking, I want to dress Krishna like this. And then he was, all these things in his mind. And it was Narsimha Chaturdashi one day. Lord Narsimha's appearance day. And that day, Shalagram he was worshipping. And out of emotional feeling, he was thinking in his mind, "My Lord, for the sake of Prahlad, you assumed an amazing form and came out of the pillar. For me, why can't I also have you in that form so that I can dress you like this? For Prahlad, you came like that." Like that he said, and he was very deeply meditating on the Lord. He almost fainted. And his assistant woke him up and said, "Abhishekam, today is Narsimha Chaturdashi. You please do this. I'm sure the Lord will actually know your desire." And so he did Abhishekam. And then he was in very deep meditative mood. He went to sleep that night. Somehow he felt that the Lord was telling him something. In the morning, already Shalagram was taken and bathed and everything for Narsimha Chaturdashi, and then program over, and he had put the Lord to rest, Shalagram to rest in the night in a nice basket and everything, and he went to sleep. In the morning, he got up and took his bath, everything, and came to do his Shalagram puja. He opened the basket, he saw this beautiful figure. Woo! The whole Shalagrams had all turned out to be beautiful looking Krishna, Radha Ramana ki Jai, you can see here. Very beautiful. Eyes like this, and holding a flute, and only about 7 inches, so small, very beautiful looking, extremely beautifully formed with such a shape of the Lord in Tribhanga form, bent in three places. His beautiful pose while playing the flute. So he was, and he became so amazed. He could not make out what's happening. His assistant told him, see, you desired this yesterday, and you've always been desiring. The Lord has just appeared exactly like you wanted. So that now you can dress him. You can put a kiridam on him. You can offer him a flute. You can give him that. I was so amazed. And the news spread around everywhere in Vrindavan. Thakurji has appeared in Gopal Bhatta's Shalagram. Thakurji has come. And everybody got together and there was a big festival for installation. There's naturally no great installation required. He's already appeared. He's already appeared. And they made a massive feast and abhishekam, everything. He appeared exactly like Gopal Bhatta was desiring. He was feeling separation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya, I'll be with you. You come after your parents go, I'll come with you. This is what he meant. I'll be with you always. I'll be as Radha Ramana with you. Radha and Raman together. That is Krishna and Radharani together is Lord Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So he came like this in the form of Krishna, Radha and Krishna together, Radha Ramana, one who gives pleasure to Radharani. So this is another amazing story of the Lord appearing to his devotee because yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. He wants to do. So he has appeared like that. He has appeared like that. So these are wonderful, amazing stories. I can go on and on. There are many such beautiful stories of the Lord reciprocating with his devotee because he wants to serve him in a particular way. Wants to serve him in a particular way. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada also. He in Bombay wanted to build a temple in a particular place. And the landlord, one Mr. Nair, he tried to cheat him. And he gave a long time problem to all the devotees and everything. And all of them gave up and said, let us get land somewhere else. Prabhupada said, no. This is the place which I want. And he kept on trying. There were police complaints. Then police came, corporation came and took down the shed. And the Lord Radha Ras Bihari, he was inside a shed. It's a big story. A book is written and so many books are written. Prabhupada said no. And he fought that person. He published in the newspaper that we have signed a contract and given an advance already for this. And that man got even more angry. Why did you publish like that, this thing? Because that is the truth. We already gave you money. And we already taking the land. We have to just pay the money and take back the land from you, but you're not allowing that. And so he had influence, and these devotees were new, they were from abroad and they did not know. Finally, Prabhupada himself came from his tours. He sat down there and he was very determined, I'll get the land somehow because Krishna will get it. And he sat down there and he started his work of meeting with him. And that man brought his guru and all that from Kerala, dressed in saffron cloth. This is my guru, he wanted to tell to Prabhupada. He met him also. And then they had meeting after meeting, and finally one day, all of a sudden, this man died. This Mr. Nair suddenly died. It was an amazing thing. I'm making a long story short for you. And Prabhupada said, the demon has died, order a feast. And he happily said, order a feast. And they celebrated a feast. Then he told his wife, don't do the same mistake that your husband did. This is Krishna's property. This is Krishna's property. And he gave the money and he said, transfer the land. And she quickly transferred the land. The news spread that this man naturally died. He was only 40 years old, 41 years old. He died. He just Prabhupada came there and started and prayed to Radha Rasbihari and said, you get the land. I want this temple to be established for you here. And Radha Rasbihari just took his life away. This fellow giving too much trouble. And my devotee needs it immediately. So he just took off the life of so-and-so person. And the land was, and today you'll see the biggest temple of ISKCON, headquarters. This is the Radha Rasbihari Ji Ki Jai. This is the Radha Rasbihari who did this Leela with Prabhupada. And there is a book called Let There Be a Temple. Prabhupada desired, let there be a temple here. And is in a very thickly populated place in Juhu. Huge crowds come there for taking darshan of Radha Rasbihari. Janmashtami means so many miles and miles of people are waiting in queue, and the whole place is blocked for, darshan. So this is a very beautiful temple. You can see here, so many people waiting in the queue to see the Lord, Radha Rasbihari. So this is because Prabhupada wanted to have a temple. Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yat. In this way, Prabhupada wanted to have temples in many places in the world, and there are many stories about him in many places installing deities. A pure devotee of the Lord desired that this should happen, and it happened like that. The Lord facilitates. So whoever you may be, if you're not a great devotee, pure devotee, if you sincerely desire to do something for the Lord will facilitate it. Because you want to do service to the Lord. So for some people it is difficult, but still they're able to do. But the fact is you're able to do. Difficult or not difficult. For Prabhupada also it was very difficult to fight this man. He was a sannyasi. This man was a great real estate cheater fellow, trying to cheat Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. But he did not know that he has got Krishna's full support. He fought with the wrong man, tried to cheat the wrong man. So, great devotees of the Lord show us how to perform Bhakti Yoga. It is not that we are the persons doing it actually. Krishna is facilitating it. Krishna is facilitating it. Any devotional service that we do for Krishna, it is only by His mercy that we are able to do, because we sincerely want to offer it to the Lord. The Lord makes it possible to do, and we are involved in it. And it is our great fortune that we are able to give our wealth, our mind, our intelligence, our body, everything in the service of the Lord. This is also our realization here. We are building a big temple in Coimbatore, in an 8-acre property for Radha Krishna and for Lord Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra. Already all the civil works have all been completed. We went through a lot of challenges, up and down now, lockdown and everything. And we are still doing many different things. Many different people are coming forward to do it. And it is happening according to their desire. So devotees all over the world, they know that if there is a mission for the Lord undertaken, and the Lord personally is involved in your service to Him, whatever it may be anything else also. Like Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he wanted to dress the Lord beautifully. And he found that Shalagram doesn't have that type of a form. And the Lord, Shalagram transformed into the beautiful form of the Lord. It's still Shalagram only. This is what you want, my dear devotee? Yes, please go ahead and do that type of service to me. According to your desire, I will accept your service. Right? So history is filled with these type of instances. All we need to do is desire sincerely to serve the Lord, and by the Lord's mercy, we will be able to do that. Okay? So Krishna is giving simple instructions. It is not something that is not doable. Krishna will never give you any instruction that is impractical and not possible. It is just that our mind makes us think like that. Don't do it. It's not possible. How can you do it? How can you do yat karoshi, yat dashnasi? Everything you do. How can you do? It's not possible. Prabhupada also could have thought like that. Because his guru told him, go to the Western world and go and teach all of them about Krishna. Produce this book, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavat, everything in that language and distribute. So he could have, how is it possible for me to do? I'm just a small Indian grahastha. I've got a small pharmaceutical business. What I will do? Whole world you're telling me to go. I cannot do. He did not think like that. He thought, I must simply go and try because my guru has told me and I must definitely at least try. The rest is left to Krishna if he wants to do it using me as an instrument. So he got a ticket on a ship and he went. 70 years old man, 2 heart attacks happened in the ship and he landed in America and he started this movement. I'm supposed to do it. I should at least try something. And he started it and boom, took off all over the world. He traveled 12 times. He traveled the world and he passed away. Boom, in 1977. 1965 he came to America. 1977 he left. But he created such an amazing legacy because he did not think it is not possible. He think if Krishna wants, anything is possible. Krishna wants, he can lift on his little finger the whole Govardhana hill. What is not possible for him? He can do anything he wants. I am just a nobody, but I should try. I am not doing it. Krishna is doing it through me. And it happened. It happened. Right? So, we should desire to serve Krishna. And when we desire to serve Krishna in a particular way, it always happens. And that is a sweet experience we can have of Krishna's hand in our life. Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki. So, if there's any question or comment that you would like to make, we will try to accommodate that. Any question? Okay. Since nobody has a particular question. Anybody has a question?
Just a minute, Maharaj. I'm just posting.
Who's that? Yeah. Okay, here is a question. Why some spiritual seekers not able or don't have praptam to join ISKCON, but so much attracted by other ashrams? So why not? We have nothing to say. There are different types of people. In this world, Krishna gives free choice to everybody. If you want, you can take. And ISKCON is not the only place. We don't say that. If there are other places which they want to get attracted to, they can. That's up to them. But we are following what Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada told us to do. And it is spread all over the world. And sometimes people are, according to their inclinations, they move. It's unfortunate sometimes that they may not be given the right information. But some are given the right information and Krishna leads them. There are all sorts of choices available for everybody. And it's a, what shall I say? It's a question of each person's desire and choice. Some of them find it difficult to separate themselves from their material occupation, from their situation they are in. Either they are very attached to it or they are absorbed in their own this thing. And if somebody gives them an explanation that you can do this and this and that and this, that seems a better package, easier package. So sometimes they adjust and sometimes they have to compromise or whatever. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yata mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamiham. According to your sincerity, I will make it possible for you to do something or the other, to what extent you want. Krishna is not forcing us to do anything like Hitler. We are not Hail Hitler followers of Hitler. Krishna is very loving and he captures us with love and reciprocation. So whoever is somehow the other fortunate to come in touch with some type of service, some Krishna prasadam, some type of thing, slowly from the heart Krishna moves them and they also align themselves. That is great fortune. Okay. How can we satisfy Krishna? What are the ways? That Krishna is said, Patram phalam toyam pushpam yomi bhaktya prayachati. You can worship Krishna by offering him minimum things that you have in love and devotion. Yome bhaktya prayachati. You can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare every day as much as you can. You can chant 108 times as one round, or you can chant 2 rounds, 3 rounds, or 5 rounds. If you have more time during the lockdown, you can chant and hear. You can read Bhagavad Gita, you can read Bhagavatam. You can associate like this in groups and hear more about Krishna. And in this way, bring Krishna into your life. And definitely, Krishna will accept that. Start small. You don't have to immediately bring a temple into focus like Prabhupada did. You can start off by Krishnaizing your daily activities. You can get up in the morning and first thing you can say with your mouth is Krishna. You can think about him. You can hear in the morning itself lecture of Prabhupada. Now you have all the facility. People put it on loudly and hear it in the bathroom. They keep the speaker also. And they hear from then onwards, they start hearing. Because now you have all sorts of facilities. And while they are dressing, while they are this thing, they're hearing Prabhupada describing Krishna. And then they go and chant Krishna's name. They worship the Tulasi. They will have Mangalarati in the house. And they offer and cook for the Lord. And then they enjoy the prasadam with their family members. And then they go about doing their whatever regular activities, chanting Krishna all the time, remembering Krishna. And they come back. Krishna is your life. You can gradually fall in love with Krishna. He will enter your consciousness. He is very pervasive. He enters. And in this way, just try it and see. I'm sure it will work.